right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. It's Pastor Down. You know, I said in the last video that I'm probably not going to talk much about this Breonna Taylor stuff, but now the attack is on. I mean, people simply think that I'm out of touch or I'm missing this. I'm not missing this. You know, I think the problem is that a lot of Americans have not had a run-in with the so-called justice system or legal system in this country. Let me tell you something about the justice system or the legal system in this country. It has nothing to do whatsoever at all with what is facts and what is truth. It all has to do with strategy. And whoever can come up with the best strategy, whoever can come up with the best strategy, they are the ones that's going to win. I mean, look how many people that are guilty as I don't know what. We know that they're guilty. They know that they're guilty. But they have what they call a good lawyer. And then he turns around and gets them off the hook. Was that justice? Or was that bribery? You see what I mean? That is the American system that we're dealing with. There's no such thing as justice in this world, not in this country. And I remember watching the press conference when they came out with the verdict about those 3 police officers. And of course, I personally believe that not just the 3 police officers and their actions, but I think that the Attorney General of Kentucky should go to prison for life. I think that everybody that is in their chain of command, their leadership, they're accountable for this. But you know, as the old saying goes, when I was in the military, crap rolls downhill. And that's where it's rolling, because all the rest of these people are holding themselves not guilty. But, you know, when you truly think about this, and I listened to Breonna Taylor's and them family's attorney, he made the statement and he said, who represented Breonna in this so-called grand jury verdict? Who did? Who heard her side? Because it wasn't him. It was not him. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Hung jury. Does that make sense? Hung jury. Because the only side that got told was the Attorney General side. And they got to present their alleged so-called facts to the case. And I'm going to tell you what they did. Did they dot every I and cross every T according to procedure? That's basically what he's stating and saying. And it's just a mess because we all know that they all are guilty as I don't know what. You can tell by, see, the court of public opinion is totally different than these hung juries and these hung courts here in this land. These people know the psychological makeup of men and women. They know how to manipulate the conscience and stuff. And so you have to think about this. See, why isn't nobody out there stating these facts right here? Who represented Breonna Taylor? Who did? And the answer is nobody did. I mean, where is, listen to this. Where is the media coverage of the jury trial of Breonna Taylor? Why is it that we have to just accept anything that they cram down our damn throats? You see what I mean? You see, none of this stuff gets real unless it's your family member. A lot of people err on the side of so-called American justice, which if you've been a part of this and you have received injustice from the so-called justice system, you already know how these actors, these stage players act. So you know how they falsify information. You know how they all go and lie in order to cover their hide and stuff. Of course, you can't blame them, can you? But you ain't heard the truth. The court of public opinion has not heard the truth, but they have voted. And they're still voting with all this protest and stuff. And not only that, cops are getting shot because they don't like it. And the divide, the social divide in this country, with different people stoking the flames of racism in this country, you can't tell me that it ain't there. It's just coming even more so out in the forefront. But I think that we're in everything, in every aspect of our life right now, we're looking at the new norm. Really, the new norm. You see, everybody just think that when I get up here, I'm just speaking out the side of my neck. I'm going to ask you again, have you ever been a victim of this so-called justice system? when they get in these courtrooms and they lie and everything. I'm telling you, the part that gets me more than anything is why wasn't this case broadcast like the O.J. Simpson case? Huh? And why is this Maxine woman from Jeffrey Epstein, why is everything done behind closed damn doors and stuff, and the public don't get to see all that? Because I'm telling you, the rich people rule over the poor, and we are the ones that's getting hurt by it. They have a system out there. They have a system for us and a system for them. They get acquitted. They get excused. They're part of the good old boy club, and we get the hammer. That's what we get every single time. And I'm going to say it again. I'll have to keep reiterating this. Until you've been a victim of this justice system, you don't know. You really, truly don't know. You don't know. But I know one day, maybe one day you will get a taste of this system and you'll find out how unjust it really is. That's why Breonna Taylor family, that's why the family's attorney are out there raising sand about this. And they're stating these facts, but everybody comes out here, all these news pundits, independent news sources stuff, they come out here and they are defending the police as if they have done no wrong and that they have been in the right the whole entire time. Not so. Not so. They have not. Heads should spin. Heads should spin. If it was you, I know if it was me, you come knocking on my door unannounced, or you kick down my damn door in the middle of the night, you gonna meet 556-223. You're gonna meet about 30 to 60 rounds. That's what you're gonna meet. Because why? Don't set up at look. Here's the facts. They went in there on a drug raid and found no drugs. They trespassed illegally. Well, they had a warrant and everything. So that makes, again, I go back to, does it make it right? Just because it's legal, does it make it right? I mean, after all, with all the intel that we have today in this world, how is it that they didn't find any drugs? How is it that their intelligence sources was off on this one? And here's this young lady dead. Her life is over with. You've got one life on this earth, and you are a fool if you don't protect yourself, arm yourself against all enemies, foreign and domestic, who desire to be justified by a wicked system that at any time they want, because they wear a uniform and a tin badge, that they can snuff your life out from under you in a heartbeat and hold themselves not guilty. Man, this almost sounds like the Bible right here. Who oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Whew. Boy, don't this sound like the Bible. But again, the day of reckoning is coming with all of us. And you know, that's another thing. I'm sitting up here watching this hell being raised about this conservative judge. Now, the last time I checked, before Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed on, there was, I think, like what, 5 Catholics, 2 Jewish people, and then the other 2, I assume that there's some form of deist or agnostic. Don't tell me that personal convictions in your life is not going to have influence on how you legislate from the bench. People say, I'm going to, this is what they say. This is what trips me out right here. They said, my faith is one thing, and I will not allow my faith to interfere with what the Constitution says. Bullshit. They do it all the damn time. They do it, including if you're agnostic or atheist and you ain't have no conviction, nothing. The Democrats, and this is the Democratic Party, and that's why it trips me out. See, that's why I keep saying, black people, you got to be some of the stupidest people I've ever met, seen, and been part of on the face of this planet Earth. You don't know the history about the Democratic Party and don't give a damn about knowing the history of it. And you don't understand that the Democrats basically want atheists and agnostics and witches and warlocks and Satanists and every damn thing else in every single seat, not only in the House and the Senate, but also in the Supreme Court. Because they don't want anybody's personal conviction of believing in God or Jesus Christ or Yahshua HaMashiach interfering in any way with their world. If if you got a conscience and you have any convictions, I don't care what's written on that piece of paper. And by the way, the framers of this world, the framers of this United States of America, the framers of this Constitution, I might add that the majority of them, including Thomas Jefferson, the deist, and the slave owner, and the third president of the United States of America that loved black women, Sally Hemings, that actually got her when she was like 14 years old and started producing children. See, here's another thing. I got so many digressions. Why is it that in America, we want to tell a lying history that has no facts, but then when you bring out the facts, we want to cover that up? That's because our hands are dirty in this country. They are dirty. Y'all have to excuse me for all these digressions, but since I'm here this morning, I might as well go through it. Our hands are dirty. Look at the religion of Christianity. Tell me one damn thing that's the truth about it, yet and still people support that deception every single week. What day is the Sabbath day? And if you lay claim that the Jewish people are the so-called chosen people of the world, then why aren't you following what they're doing? What is all this facade and fabrication? What is all this grandstanding and stage playing? What is all these fairy tales and lies? And what is this land of make-believe that everybody's so comfortable in believing in and living in and stuff? This type of form of utopia and stuff that get you away from reality in order to believe lies, in order to appease your conscience. We got to ask ourselves these questions. Christmas, Easter, and Sunday. Where do these things originate from? I just saw down in Florida where some lawmakers was down there praying to Satan, Odin, Zeus, what's her name? Athena. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I understand, though. I know that the prince in power in the air has but a short time, and everybody that is under the influence and control of his will, boy, he's done increase the influence. And he's manifested himself in this earth through wicked people. That's the university of the painful truth that most people don't want to hear. And this earth belongs to the wicked. It's in the hand of the wicked right now. Call them dear. Man. It's in the hand of the wicked right now. The wicked is ruling. This is Satan's system right here. The system of deception, a system of corruption, a system to where people who take bribes, who belong to secret societies, who are trying to rule the world, who want to vaccinate your children and make them mindless minions and drooling puppets and stuff. Hey, they're ruling hard. And they smile while they do it. And they take advantage of the poor. I mean, hey, here's the last thing. Can you believe that President Donald Trump, who wouldn't reveal to us his federal income tax, how much he owes and stuff, can you believe that he only paid $750 in income tax a year since being in office? $750. But boy, we get it stuck to us, don't we? I'm just trying to tell y'all it's a double standard. How do I cope with this world? Well, by getting as far away from it while I'm in it. And while I'm far away from it, trying to live a quiet and peaceful life and mind my own damn business. Which, you know, in a racist society is kind of hard to do. Because they ain't going to let you mind their own business. These people are just demonically charged and infused. But y'all got to consider what I'm saying. I'm serious. Just because they're reporting it, and especially if you ever been in part of the news media, you know they spin every damn thing. Have you ever been interviewed by a reporter before? And then by the time you get finished with that interview, if it ain't recorded, and by the time they write it in a paper, you're like, what in the world is that? I didn't say that. I don't ever let nobody interview me unless I have a video recording. Kind of like that Christian church, Jacob's Well, over there in Hobart, Wisconsin, or Green Bay, Wisconsin. When I debated them and stuff, you know, they promised me, Christians, that they was going to get us a video of the debate. Never did come through. I'm so happy we had our own independent source, because if we didn't, you people wouldn't know how bad that I made this idiotic so-called theologian look so stupid up there. You got to wonder who's actually a theologian. I mean, he has a degree. I don't even have a degree. And I annihilated him. Go check it out. Pastor Dow versus Ron Young, Christmas debate. Pastor Dow versus Ron Young, Easter debate. It's a shame. It's a shame. And that's the best y'all got. That is the shame of the time. It's bad. I'm just an old block mason, a builder, a pastor. That's all I am, an old country pastor with all these big old heavy-duty calluses on my hands. That's all I am. Anyway, humble yourself. I know most people don't have the spirit of truth, but you got to be able to read between the lines. Don't believe the hype. Public Enemy.